One day you'll appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Well, you do, but they'll appreciate it when they get older.
Good job, buddy. Okay, look at the camera.
Oh, perfect. This is so good. Okay.
To me, I love photographing people in their own environment because it's like a set. It's like a stage. Everything in your house or your apartment, you've put there for a reason, and it says something about you.
I am really sorry, guys. You're so good.
You smiling?
My name's Alix Smith. I am an artist, a photographer. Right now I'm working on a project called States of Union, which focuses on gay and lesbian couples and families, playing off classical paintings in some way. I grew up on the Upper East Side of New York. I went to an all-girls Catholic private school. I always felt sort of out of place, which is why photography was so important. When I was coming out, there weren't any positive gay role models out there. Everyone, most of the people in movies either turned out to be straight, died a drug-induced death, or were a victim of hate crime.
The unfortunate problem with gay representation is you have extremes. Either everyone is elegant and perfect, or they're sluts and depraved and decadent. What she shows us is normalcy. Everyday people in everyday situations.
There was someone who told me a story that their parent had been very conservative. And he said, God, I wish I was just normal. And this idea that he was growing up thinking he wasn't normal. I found it very sad. It's hard growing up in a society where the stereotypes are so prevalent that you begin to believe them yourself. And I think that part of the project is to dispel those stereotypes and to allow people to embrace who they are.
A little smile.
Please.
How the shoots are set up is I contact the family and I give them about 20 images that I think might work. And because portraiture is so much a collaboration between the artist and the sitter, I want them to have a say. So they're given the images and I ask them, pick which one you think would most describe you or is most akin to your family. For them, I chose the Renoir. The photo doesn't necessarily end up looking like the painting. It's just a jumping off point.
Well, I just saw the dog and I was like, this is the one that had a dog and it had 2 kids and had, you know, it only had 1 mom, but I figured, you know, we'll just add another. I actually showed it to the boys. I was like, what do you think?
Which one do you want to be?
Yeah, and the dog was like, that one.
Oh, man.
When we got married, we really decided that we would never sort of leave it to chance anymore for people to know that we were a couple and that we were a family. We just have to treat ourselves as full human beings and never compartmentalize any piece of who we are. And that's exactly what she's doing. She just is capturing the fullness of what a family can look like.
All art is narcissistic, essentially. So you make something because it interests you. So this idea that I was gay, that I didn't really see a lot of images that were like me, and sort of wanting to create those images. I mean, that's where it started from.
I think anyone who's going to enjoy these pictures will spend a great deal of time trying to figure out the details, because once you get past the fact that they're supposed to be art, we really only care about the people in the pictures. And we're trying to read their stories. We're trying to see how their stories are similar to our stories.
We're a group of people that don't have a visual legacy. And I think it has a lot to do with sort of psychologically how we see ourselves. Because when you open an art history book and you're straight and you can see these images that is sort of defining who you are or what group you fit into, and being gay or lesbian, you don't have those images. So part of the concept is starting off with these paintings, starting off with this language of portraiture, and from there building our own visual legacy.
There is this long history of art being a device to bring the public's attention to things that might not be right in front of them, might not be surrounding them.
Photography's always been used for social change. I mean, if you look at Dorothea Lange, for instance, the migrant mother image that's so famous, I mean, that image created a whole movement to help those farmers by the government, by volunteers, by donations. Even Annie Leibowitz's image of Demi Moore when she was pregnant, it was the first time you saw a pregnant woman on the cover of a magazine. And at that point, it was something that you covered up, that you were not ashamed of, but you didn't flaunt it. And from there, women started to embrace pregnancy and their bodies, and it changed people's perceptions.
It's validating on so many levels, and educating and thought-provoking. So the more people that think, I think that's where change comes from.
It's more subversive than the most overtly political work out there, because the message is delivered so quietly and with such a gentle touch that you don't know that that your ideas might have shifted until after the fact.
I think photography purpose is basically to catalog, to show you what is there. And her project will be a major cataloging of contemporary gay families.
People hate what they don't know, which is why it's really important to show people who they're voting against, or who this body is, who this community is. Because by keeping us in the dark, it just perpetuates the hatred, because if you don't have an image that dispels stereotypes, then those stereotypes grow and grow.